For thousands of years, the land that we know as California was home only to California Indians. Spain then colonized the area, and later Mexico governed it. But what was life like during these time periods? How did people live in California under the rule of Spain and Mexico? In the 1700s, when the Spanish arrived in California, they set up missions. The Spanish thought that if California Indians believed in Catholicism, they would support Spain's colony. Although some California Indians chose to move to the missions, many were forced. At the missions, the California Indians had specific jobs to do, jobs that were very important to California's economy. An economy is the system of producing and consuming goods in a country, state, or local area. Priests controlled nearly every aspect of life at the missions. At dawn, a large bell rang to announce services were about to begin. While adults went to work plowing, planting, making bricks, raising livestock, and preparing food, young children spent the day learning the Spanish language and the Catholic religion. If California Indians did not conform to mission life, they were often punished. Presidios, or forts, were built by the Spanish to protect the land they occupied. To occupy is to take control of a place. There were presidios built near missions at the sites of present-day San Francisco, Monterey, Santa Barbara, and San Diego. The missions produced much of the food needed by the soldiers who lived at the presidios. The Spanish also set up pueblos, a Spanish word for villages. Over time, the first two pueblos eventually developed into two large cities, San Jose and Los Angeles. But in 1790, only 139 people lived in the pueblo of Los Angeles. In 1821, Mexico became independent from Spain, making California a part of Mexico. The Mexican government gave Mexican citizens who wanted to live in California land grants. A land grant is land given by a government. This was supposed to encourage Mexicans to move to California and set up farms. Many settlers built ranchos, or large areas of land where crops are grown and horses, cattle, sheep, and pigs are raised. Vaqueros took care of the land and the cattle. A vaquero is a cowboy. Many of the vaqueros, like other people who worked on ranchos, were California Indians who had been trained at missions. Eventually, ranchos and the cattle hides and tallow they produced replaced the missions as the center of California's economy. They provided leather goods for people all over the world. Today, while many of California's missions, pueblos, and ranchos have developed into busy cities and agricultural centers, many cities in California have Spanish names. Adobe is still used to build houses, and many of the earliest missions still stand. All reminders that you don't have to look far to find traces of California's Spanish and Mexican past.